And I had my first taste of alcohol was, I think, like at Christmas. There was a bottle of Cold Duck. Neither one of my parents drank, but my mother's second husband did. And I didn't like it very much. So about 4 years later, I had my first cigarette and didn't like that either, even though both my parents smoked. Through
Come on. Come on, Mark.
At 17, my mother had to have a vasectomy. So she went into the hospital, and I stayed with her sewing buddy, Wanda. And we just went to high school while she was in the hospital. And I had some cousins. My mother's youngest sister had 3 sons, and they were off the chain. They were what you call the cool kids in high school. I mean, I started hanging out with them, and they're chasing girls and smoking weed and drinking beer and smoking cigarettes. Of course, my flesh would desire all that later on in my life. But I had one advantage to it. I was ashamed that I did drugs, and I was ashamed that I drank beer. Because I knew my parents didn't do it, and they wouldn't approve of it, and I always wanted to make them look good. So I was a closet. If I didn't have someone who would go get the beer for me, I just didn't drink. If I had someone that wouldn't get the weed, I just wouldn't smoke weed. Because I didn't have anybody to go get it. I didn't want to put my face out there and have someone that knows my parents run into me and say, I saw your son doing this and doing that. And this carried this into my adulthood. I still did the same thing. Even though I was an adult, I still respected my parents enough not to embarrass them like that. Well, anyway, through a bunch of calamities, I had some property and I lost my property, and then I lost my cars. It seemed like I had a hole in my pocket and things were just running out and losing. And I lost my apartment because my checking account was scammed by someone in some other country, cleaned up my checking account. So I lost my apartment, and I said, well, okay, I have enough money. I put my belongings into a storage, did that. And then I said, I'll just stay on the street for a while. There's no problem, I'm by myself. And then my 2 oldest daughters came by to see me one weekend. Amanda, she was 35, and Aaron was 33. And both their eyes were red, and I was wondering, why are their eyes red? And then they said, Amanda said, well, she didn't make it. I said, what? She said, she didn't make it. I said, what are you talking about? She said, Ariel was killed in a car accident last night on the freeway. It was my youngest daughter. She had been 29 for 7 days. So after that happened, it's like you say, you lose one lamb, you're ready to leave the ones that are home and go to her, but I couldn't go to her because she was someplace I couldn't get to. So after that, I just stopped taking care of myself. I just didn't, why go on? Just take me now, I'm ready. There's nothing left here on earth for me. But I had looked into the Dream Center a while back because my kids had said always, go Dad, you need to talk to somebody, you need to talk to somebody. And I'm like, no, I don't need to talk to anybody. But then one of my business-minded daughter, the middle child, she checked it out and said, Dad, I think it would be a good place for you to go. So I called up and we hooked it up, and I'm here and I'm growing. God's
Come on! Yeah.